Welcome to your next foundational learning module. And in this module, we will be exploring the importance of building our own adult MBSEL capacity. For our learning objectives, we will be able to know why adult SEL is important. We'll be able to understand self-care and its connection to mindfulness. Learn strategies for setting wellness goals for you personally. And then also knowing the wellness goals of this program for our micro-credential. So knowing the why is adult SEL important? And some of you may be coming with this connection that you already have with SEL and with mindfulness and this why. Some of you may be just starting and understanding and want to know, well, how really is this connected? Why really does it matter if I'm doing these practices? It's for my students. But really, the research is showing as well how important it is for us to have these embodied practices, for us to have these skill sets in our classrooms to be effective teachers, to be impactful teachers. So I did pull some of our different studies as well. You can always research on your own, but I want to highlight some of the findings that we have. So some of the findings are already showing the reduced stress level within educators and also the reduced burnout rate. We have increased positive relationships, which then directly impact our climate and our culture with our colleagues within our learning communities. And I would say the third one is probably most important really as well, is when we embody these practices, we're able to then always be in that space. We can create opportunities naturally and organically in our classroom as we're modeling all of these skills and these practices and ways of being present in the classroom. So when we have those skills, when we have these practices, we become this container of the space, right? We are the ultimate space keepers for our students or people who we are leading in our education communities. So down at the bottom is really my why of why adult SEL is important. And truly, your nervous system is what is reflected in the environment around you, right? We are the mirrors. So as a mirror, you can then be aware of how that space is. What is being reflected? How would you like the reflection to be? So take a moment in your journal or in your notes and just think for a moment, how is that reflection? Feel free to pause this video at any time if you need more time. But how is that reflection? And how does that impact the learning environment, how you are in that space? So next, understanding self-care and its connection with mindfulness. So sometimes when we think of self-care, we think of those things that are nice. Again, like, oh, it's nice to do, go for a massage and go take a bath or whatever those things are. But truly, self-care is caring for yourself all the time. I want to say that again. Self-care is caring for yourself all the time. So we have to find those ways of integrating how we can keep our hearts in this space of being open with our students and with our staff members, with the families and community, but also making sure that our hearts are our hearts. We need that time for us as well. And how mindfulness is connected is because there are strong practices that are so simple that you can integrate into your day to be fully present. And when we are present and taking care of ourselves, then the learning can increase, our ability to be fully present with students and their experience, with families. And so when we can give truly that gift of presence beyond just presence, right? then we can truly know what it is to care for ourselves. And as we care for ourselves, that allows us the opportunity to care for others. And most importantly, our students that we are with every day and beyond. And that's modeling for them to make sure that they're caring for themselves as well. So, for reflecting on your personal practice, we have a couple of tools here for setting your own goals and finding ways of doing that. So the first one is from CASEL, and CASEL literally has adult SEL competencies. There's a framework for that. There's a rubric for that. So you can see on here just a little bit of a screenshot of the rubric. But I encourage you after this video to go to CASEL's website. It is linked into your resources. And take this rubric. Notice where are your strengths and where are some spaces where you can focus on and grow. So that is a wonderful tool. This is also something, if we have administrators here, that you want to connect back to into your school, so that all of your teachers can just really take that moment and see, like, where in our adult SEL are we? And as a community, what can we do to support each other with that? And then layering in that support is down below. When I work with different people within education, I have certain plans that I like to call resilience plans. And so you'll want to create your own resilience plan, whether that's, I absolutely would offer and love to connect with all of you, but, think about what makes sense for you and create your own wellness or resilience plan. So there might be that personal one that then layers into the student, which then layers into the family, which then layers into how we can support being an administrator, all of those different layers. So after this video, really take some time to take that moment and realize, like, what are those practices that I'm doing? What are practices I'm interested in? How can I find out more information of what's out there? Who can I connect with? And then write it down. Create this plan for you. Take action. That's your call to action, even one step. All right. So then, to encourage you to continue taking each of those steps, you would like to know probably, what are those wellness goals for this program? And so there are a couple layers here. So the ultimate goal is for you to develop that personal practice. Some of you are maybe already have a personal practice, or maybe this is a good time to take a step back and reflect on that practice. How is it going? Is there something you want to adjust? But maybe you may not have a personal practice yet. So allow this opportunity to be creative, explore, see what works for you. So ultimately, you'll have 6 months of consistent formal practice and seeing how that directly impacts your classroom space by just having this time for you. We would like that to be for 5 days a week for 20 minutes a day. Now, 20 minutes may be 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, and might be little mini moments throughout the day that equal up to 20. But it may also be an opportunity to set aside 20 minutes a day for you. You are worth it. You matter. And it's worth it to all of those in your life. So think about those structures that could work for you. And maybe there's a mixture. There's no right way or wrong way. There's your way. And then ultimately, the aspired goal would be long after this program that you continue your practice, because when you experience this, you can truly see the impact that it can have on your life, the lives of your students. So we will be doing our next mindfulness practice together. We had shared breath as an anchor together before, but now here's another offering for an anchor. And these are going to be your hands as an anchor. So again, I would invite you to join me for this one, but also you can use this as like a tutorial and take notes and observe just different nuances as mindful moments, whether for me or other teachers in this course. You use these moments for you. And maybe these are those moments you focus on and add it to that 20 minutes. So maybe there's short practices throughout the day as well. You choose. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started in our practice. So hands as anchors. So with our 5-step moment, I'm going to start there and let's begin. So go ahead and choose how you wish to be, maybe sitting or standing, sitting tall or sitting back. Maybe you choose to have your eyes open or eyes closed or looking somewhere nearby. Choose what works for you in this moment. And after settling in, begin to check in with your body, breath, emotions, and thoughts. What's present and what's here. Not changing, just noticing. I'll invite you with your hands. You can choose where you'd like to place them. Maybe both around your belly, or one's on your heart and one's on your abdomen, or maybe they're both on your heart. But choose where it feels safe and comfortable for you. And then begin to bring awareness to the sensation of even just having your hands on your heart or on your belly. The steady rise and steady fall. Notice the movement that your body has. And just be in this space, observing, being fully present with the movement of the breath, the movement of your rhythm of your heart, and knowing that both the breath and the heart allow us to do this amazing work together. But also let this be a moment, knowing that at any time you can come to this moment. It's for you as a reminder that you matter. Your heart and your breath matter. And taking another breath in and a breath out. Maybe taking one more breath. And as you are ready, you can check back in with your body, breath, emotions, and thoughts, noticing what's here, if there's been any changes. And as you're ready, begin to maybe open your eyes or bring movement back to your space with a smile as we come back together. Thank you. So there are a few modifications for this that I've shared down below that maybe for our students, you can do this with a breathing buddy like this. You can have that on your abdomen and watch the rise and fall. Maybe you can even create different types of creations or rock on your belly to just feel that. But also the position, noticing what's the difference when you lay back or if you're sitting or if you're standing. So I encourage you in your journal to write how that experience was for you. Make any noticing there. Maybe think about how you can add it into your day, into your classroom, how you can practice for you. And as always, maybe you think about some of the questions you have and continue your learning. And we are excited to continue learning together. We will see you soon.